What's your name?
Nenita, sir.
Your age?
41, sir.
Your birth date?
June 14, 1976, sir.
Okay, your height and your weight?
The height is 4'11", sir.
Your weight?
46, sir.
Are you married?
Yes, sir.
How many children?
Four, sir.
The age of the children?
21, sir. And 23, and then 21, 19, and 16.
16, So when you come here to work, who's going to look after your children?
My husband, sir.
Your husband. Is your husband working?
Yes. Yes, sir. Planting vegetables, sir.
What? What do you say?
Planting vegetables, sir.
He's a farmer. But your husband is working, then who's going to look after your children?
My children is independent, sir.
Oh, so they are independent. What about the one 16 years old? Is she, he or she, the 16 years old?
He, sir.
He's a boy, So when you come here, is he okay, the 16 years old?
Yes, sir, it's okay, sir.
Yes,
No
Now, you were working in Saudi, I see your biodata. So when you were in, now you're in Qatar, you came back 2 years ago. So when you were in Qatar, who was looking after your children? Were they already independent?
My husband.
Your husband?
My husband also.
I see.
Yes.
That means most of the time your husband is in the house, is it? To look after the children.
Yes, sir, because very near my farm.
Okay. So are you sure that your husband, is okay with the children? And have you got the permission from your husband to work here?
Yes, sir.
Yes, and are you very sure that you won't give us problem when you come here to work?
Sir?
Well, are you very sure that you will not give us problem because of your children when you come here to work?
No, sir.
No, you're 100% sure because you have been working in Qatar. And also your husband will look after children. So I think your children are all very independent. 16 years old he should actually take care of himself, and after that maybe your husband look after him, right?
Yes.
What about your mother or your mother-in-law? All these, are they also staying in the house?
No, sir, very far.
No, very far. Okay. What is a educational level?
Sorry, sir?
Until what? How many years were you in school?
Me, sir?
Yes.
Only high school level, sir.
High school, how many years? How many years were you in high school?
Yeah, 1992, sir.
How many years were you in high school?
4 years, sir.
So you finished your high school, Okay.
Yes, sir.
You have got 2 phone number here. Do your phone have WhatsApp? Or Viber? Or Messenger?
Viber?
No, your...
WhatsApp and emo, sir. WhatsApp and emo, sir.
WhatsApp and email. You got 2 number. So you have got I don't know what that number here. Why is it got a V here? I can see that your number. So which one got the WhatsApp? You just take a look. Can you see? Can you see your number?
Yes, sir.
Yes, but why is that?
Number, sir.
But why is there a V there against the number? 601V. Why?
Philippine number, sir.
I know Philippine number also don't have V. Why got V1? You made a mistake, is it?
Because the WhatsApp is, I cannot change.
V is it Viber or what? V is it Viber or what? When you put a V there. Never mind, it doesn't matter. Okay, if I were to call you or WhatsApp you, these two number, which one, which number? Or both also got WhatsApp?
WhatsApp, sir.
WhatsApp, So okay, if the employer wants to message you or call you, can WhatsApp you, right?
Yes, sir.
And you are from which province? From which barangay? Where is your province?
Province is Benguet, sir.
Huh? Where?
Benguet, sir.
Near where? Is it Luzon or where?
Sorry, sir.
Where is your province? Near where? Is it near Mindanao, near Luzon, or near where?
Some, sir.
Huh? Where?
Baguio.
Baguio.
Baguio City, sir.
Oh, you mean it's near to Baguio?
Yes, sir.
I see. Okay. So what are the experience you have? What are the experience?
Children and
Take care of children. Okay.
cleaning.
I want to check your eyes. See whether you can read this.
Sir.
Can you see this? Can you see this?
I can read this.
Can you see near? Do you need a pair of spectacles when you see near?
Sinusulot nito ba sa akin?
This is how much?
80 plus 23.
How much?
Cannot see, sir.
You cannot see.
It cannot see you. 80 plus 23 is equal 93. Ay, 103.
Huh?
Equals 103.
103, This one?
80 minus 23 equals 80.
Huh?
80 minus 23 equals 80.
Okay, your counting is very poor. 80 minus 23 is you can't even count. Huh? You can't even count. You've been to high school for
83 minus 23 is 57.
57. You can't even count. Okay, never mind. Huh? But you must be able to work properly. Okay, I want to know your experience. What is your work experience? Where have you been working before?
And cleaning.
Where have you been working before? You let me know where have you been working before.
Take care children and cleaning.
You listen to me properly, okay? Where have you been working before? Where?
In my house. My children.
In overseas. Where have you been working before? In overseas. Where were you working in overseas?
I'm experiencing Brunei is take care children.
You were working in Brunei. From what year to what year were you working in Brunei? What year to what year?
2 years.
2 years.
2 years, sir.
I know what year to what year? From what year were you working in Brunei?
2008 and until 2010.
Brunei 2008 until 2010. Okay, that's correct. And what were you doing in Brunei? What was your job in Brunei?
take care of children.
Take care of children. How many children?
Two, sir.
Got 2 children. How old were the children?
8 months and 3 years.
8 months and 3 years.
3 years, ma'am.
I see. So you have experience in looking after children, 8 months, which is still a baby, I think. 8 months, by right, shouldn't be. I think that the child, I think, can't even walk. So you have been looking after an 8 months old baby and a 3 years old child. Okay? Do you love children?
Yes, sir.
Do you love children?
Sir?
Do you love children?
No, sir.
Hello, do you love children?
What left, sir?
Do you mahal sanggol? Or do you love baby and children?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yes,
sir.
so you love children. So when the mom, so if I got employer who wants you to look after children, can you look after children well? Can you look after them very well?
Yes, sir.
Yes, so you must be responsible when you look after children. Can you do that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now you have been working in other countries also. You work in Qatar. In Qatar, from what year to what year were you working?
2011 until 2016.
So you work about 5 years in Qatar, am I right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what was your job in Qatar? What were you doing there?
Take care of the children and cooking,
Oh, I see. So,
cleaning.
in Brunei, were you also doing cooking?
Yes, sir.
So what type of food were you cooking in Brunei? Because the Brunei is, who is the employer in Brunei? Is it a Malay, a Muslim, or a non-Muslim?
Muslim, sir.
Muslim, that means it's a Brunei. So what food were you cooking? Because the food in Brunei is quite near or quite close to Malaysian food. So what were the food? Do you know how to cook kari-kari, maybe steamed fish,
Yes,
fried
sir.
vegetable? Do you know?
Yes, sir.
You know,
Yes, sir.
Okay, now in Qatar, you say you were also looking after children. How many children were there?
7.
7 children.
Yes, sir.
You mean you were looking after 7 children in Qatar?
Yes, sir.
How old were the children?
7 my children, 17, because
Can you speak a bit louder?
17, 16, yearly to
That means
pregnancy.
all are very near the age 17, 16, 15,
Yeah.
right? So much so you cannot even remember the age. Too many of them, I think, because 7 children. So how do you cope up with the 7 children? Were you the only maid there, or do they have other maids?
Have Indian cooking sometimes.
Cooking.
But I'm cooking for the dinner food.
That means they got another maid who is from India. I think must be from Sri Lanka, I think. So they have got another maid. That means both of you were working in that same house. Am I right?
Yes, but I'm cooking dinner food, sir.
So you are doing the cooking. Mostly you are doing the cooking.
Yes, sir.
Do you like cooking?
Yes, sir.
Oh, I see. So if there is a house here, the employer wants you to look after the house and do cooking. Probably you have to learn some Malaysian dishes. Do you think that you can do the job?
Yes, sir.
And mainly the house wants you to do cooking. They want you to be able to cook well. And I think maybe you learn from the cookbook. Do you think you can cook when they give you a cookbook just to see the recipe? and then you will be able to cook. Do you think you can do that?
Yes, sir.
You can. Do you really love cooking?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, looking after children. So what was your job when you were looking after the children? Like, for instance, the 8 months old. What was the job? Do you feed the baby, bathe the baby, change diaper, change the clothing? What was the job?
Yes, sir.
Yes, you did you did all this. And what about the housework? What was the housework that you did?
Cleaning.
Cleaning. So it's an all-round housework. You do cleaning, mopping, maybe changing the bed sheet, cleaning the house, the toilet, and also you will be able to do you know how to use all the electrical gadgets, electrical appliances? Rice cooker, washing machine, you know. Okay. Now here, when you newly come here, if the employer wants you to work during your off days, are you willing to do it? Of course they will compensate you. Are you willing to work without off days?
Can, sir.
Can, but if you are tired, of course you can take an off day, you rest in the house. Is that okay?
Okay, sir, but sometime I want to go on the church.
Okay, you want to go church, that one okay, if you arrange with the employer. So you go in church, you go pray, I think that is okay. But when you come here, can you promise me that you will work properly?
Yes, sir.
So you are sure, like for instance, the employer will also want to ask you to maybe do some nice cooking, or maybe the employer will also want you to follow them to the market. Can you do
Yes,
that?
sir.
Can
Yes, sir.
And for instance, if there is employer, sometimes they might have to go back to the, let's say, mother-in-law place, then they will actually take you along to another house. Okay. Do you think you can follow the employer?
Yes, sir.
And I think should be okay, because sometimes the employer, they have got the mother-in-law, they go back during weekend, so you follow them, and then you do some work in that house, look after the children in the other house. Is that okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay. Now, are you bringing your handphone when you come here to work?
Sir?
Will you be bringing your handphone?
Sorry, sir, you can...
No.
Can you repeat?
Will you be bringing your handphone when you come here?
Yes, sir.
Okay, when you bring your handphone, you are not allowed to use the handphone during working hours. Can you promise me that?
Yes, sir.
Strictly no handphone during working hours. But after working hours, of course, you can use a phone maybe for 10 or 15 minutes. Don't use it too long. It's very costly to call back. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay, sir.
okay. Now, we have got Chinese employers, Indian employers, Malay, all Muslims. Can you work for Chinese or Indian or Malay employers?
Yes, sir.
Yes, so I think shouldn't have any problem. Do you have any friends or relatives in Malaysia?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any friends or relatives in Malaysia?
No, sir.
No, no, you listen to my question properly. So, when you are in Malaysia, you are coming here to work. So, can you promise me that you will not look for friends, talk to somebody whom you don't know, or call somebody whom you don't know? It's too risky for you. Because here it's better that you we want to take care of you. It's better to that you be safe. Don't just interact with somebody that you don't know. Is that okay?
Okay, sir.
Is there any question that you want to ask me?
No, sir.
Okay. Do you know what is your contract here when you work in Malaysia?
Yes, sir.
How many years?
2 years.
2 years. So if the employers are good, are you willing to extend for more than 2 years?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Now looking after elderly people, old people, do you have any experience looking after old people? People who are
No, sir. Oh, it's
invalid?
baby.
No.
Oh, it's baby.
So do you prefer to look after children? Is that your preference?
Children, oh, yes, sir.
Yes. But can you look after old people?
No, sir.
No. So you still prefer to look after children, do cooking and do housework. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. I'll look for you a good employer, but you must look after the children properly. Is that okay?
Okay. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now, if the house has a pet, maybe it's a dog, do you think you can look after the pet? Maybe like feed the pet, or maybe take bath for the pet once a week. Do you think you can look after a pet?
No, sir.
Why? You're scared of the dog.
No, sir, but all my employers know have dog and pet.
I see.
Because,
Because you were working in a Muslim country, okay? That now when you come Malaysia, if it's a Chinese or Indian, sometimes they have a dog. But do you think you can look after a dog? Do your house have a dog? Your own house?
have, sir.
You have, so you have a dog there, so I'm sure you can look after a dog, maybe feed the dog. Is that okay?
Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay. Okay, when you come here, I think you have to get used to all the modern electrical gadgets like washing machine, rice cooker, vacuum cleaner. Can you use all this electrical equipment?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Now sometimes you might have to do some hand washing. Is it okay? You do some hand washing?
Okay, sir.
Okay. Now for household chores, what was your experience in the household chores? Your experience in household.
Job.
What were you doing actually in Brunei and Qatar as far as your housework is concerned? What was your job? I know that you've been looking after children. You've got so much experience looking after children. What about the experience in the household chores?
Cleaning and mopping, then clean the toilet, and all, sir.
All okay.
Car wash.
You mean car wash in where? In the Middle East?
Yes, sir. Sometimes.
Oh, sometimes. I thought they are trying to save a lot of water. So you still do car wash there?
In Singapore, I'm car wash, sir.
Oh, I see. So sometimes you do it, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What about cooking? Do you like to cook?
Yes, sir.
Okay. In Brunei, what were the food that you know how to cook?
The curry, fried chicken. Like that, only the eating of Malay.
Okay. What about in Qatar? What was the food that you know how to cook? Do you know how to cook Arabic food?
Arabic food.
Do you know how to cook Arabic
Yes,
food?
sir.
Oh, I see. That means you have a lot of experiences in cooking. Do you know how to speak Arabic language?
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's very good. So you can learn also the language. But the cooking part, let's say if the employer, wants to teach you how to cook Malaysian food. Are you willing to learn?
Yes, sir.
But do you know how to cook Philippine food?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what are the Philippine food you know how to cook? Can you name me 3 Philippine food that you know how to cook?
Adobo, fried vegetable, and soup.
Soup. Soup is a very common thing. I'm asking for especially Filipino food. Adobo is Filipino food, also like Malaysian food. What about other like tocino? Do you know how to cook tocino?
Cappuccino?
Do you know sinigang?
Yes, sir.
You know, okay. These are all actually like something like Malaysian food. Even tocino is something like Malaysian food. It's something like barbecue pork. Okay, sinigang actually is a soup, and also sometimes we have got this type of soup, but maybe not the baboy. Okay, we have got fish. It's a bit sour. So if you know how to cook, it's very easily you can learn Malaysian food.
Okay, sir.
Okay, are you afraid to be alone in the house? Because sometimes the employer has a small family.
Yes, sir.
They go to work, the children go to school. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Are you willing to obey rules and regulations that the employer have? That means you must listen to the instructions of the employer. Are you willing to do that?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Can you promise me not to bring in friends or anybody, whom you even know or you don't know to the house without the permission of the employer? You must not bring anybody to the house.
Yes, sir.
Yes, you must take care of the house, lock the house, lock the gate, don't let anybody come in. Is that okay?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Let's say if the employer is a vegetarian, he doesn't eat meat at all. Do you think you can also, accommodate to that type of food? If you don't eat meat, that means vegetarian. Do you think you can eat vegetarian food?
Yes, sir.
You can. Are you afraid of height? Let's say, for instance, that the fan is a bit high, the window a bit high. You stand on a small chair or a small ladder. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is there any question you want to ask?
No, sir.
No. So your your salary is USD 400. But I want you to let me know. Let's say if I'm the employer here, what would you tell me so that I will employ you? What would you tell me about yourself?
Sorry, sir.
If I'm the employer here, I'm interviewing you, what would you like to tell me about yourself so that I will employ you?
I introduce myself, sir.
You have to let me know something, what you can do, and what you should do actually.
Yes,
So you let me know. Can you tell me something?
I want to go in Malaysia to
work.
find
Yes.
to work.
So that you can get the money to support your children, am I right?
Because I want to work in Malaysia about of my children, about of my family.
Okay, you want to support your family. What about yourself? You must also tell me something yourself. You must also promise me that I will be hardworking, I'll be honest. Can you let me know about yourself?
I am honest, hardworking, polite, and already experienced working in another country.
I see. And also you are willing to listen to the instructions from the employer. Is that okay? Yeah, you
Yes,
must
sir.
obey the rules and the instructions from the employer. Can you tell me that? I will also listen to the rules, I mean the instructions from the employer. Is that okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay, so if the employer interested to take you, want to call you, so I will just give the number, and then normally do you on your phone? Do you on?
Yes, sir.
You on the phone? Okay, I think that's all.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I think that's all. So thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, very
Thanks.
much.